Hello, Smite fans, and welcome to episode 32 of the Gank Right Lane podcast. Today, we're giving you our preview for the Road to Worlds playoffs. How are you doing today, John?
Good, man. I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm doing alright.
Good. Love to hear that.
At this point, I
Uh,
feel like we answer that the same way every time. We should just have a soundbite that plays for the intro.
Honestly,
Just
that would
how are
work.
you doing today, John? I'm doing great.
Yeah,
How are you doing today? I'm doing
good.
alright.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, podcast. Yeah, that would make that would save us about 5 seconds every day,
Yep.
every Wednesday.
Save us a couple seconds of brain power, for sure.
Yeah. You know what? I always like to check though because some days you might not be doing good.
Yeah.
So it's always good to ask. Always check on your homies.
True.
I'll say that much. So what? Did we just have like a 2 week break?
I think it was a
Was that what
1 week
this
break.
was? Was it 1 week?
I
I
think it was
can't
a
remember.
1 week break.
Okay.
And
We
then
had some
after
days
this,
off.
there's going to be a multi month break.
Yeah, what is it? January the next time they play after this?
I think the SEC teams play sooner than that, but
Yeah. Okay.
pretty much.
A long time before more Smite.
Yeah.
But we've kind of come to expect that this year, right?
The SEC championship is December 7th through 17th.
Okay, so we have 1 week.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, dude. Whenever I'm home, there's no Smite being played. Oh wait, group stages? Oh, that's January. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're
So
giving
what
them the
is that?
holidays off, it looks like.
We've got 1, 2, so 2 weeks off, and then we have the SEC championship, and then
About a month.
a month off. E. I was hoping that there could be a time we could, while I'm back home, we
Yeah.
could watch some of these games together. That would have been sick, but it never works out.
Sure don't.
It's always while I'm gone.
Yeah.
Someday we'll get this in.
Yeah.
All right. So you've had a lot of time to think.
I've had a lot of time to. That doesn't mean I've used it wisely.
Right. Well, it's been there. The option has been there.
You know.
Anything crazy gonna happen this weekend? I mean, what, we have our top 6 SPL teams
Yeah.
going off against each other. Top 4
I got
qualify.
I got one upset happen. You'll have to wait and see.
Really?
Yeah, I got
See,
one upset.
I don't even. The only thing I would consider an upset. Well, I guess
Would be the Kings
there are
winning any
things.
match.
Yeah, the Kings was what I was gonna say, but
Well, no,
I think
I
all
have them winning the whole tournament.
these teams are pretty well matched. I think we're gonna get some good games out of
I do
these.
too.
Hopefully, I say that like every
I
week, and then every match
I
is a
only
3-0.
have
So,
2 sweeps.
hmm,
So can you
me
guess who they're
too.
against?
The Kings,
Yep.
baby.
Poor
Yeah,
Kings. I
I
don't want
know.
them to be bad, but they are.
Well, and I was reading a discussion the other day. People are saying this meta is very dominant on how well your mid laner is, and like the better your mid laner, the better your team is going to perform. And I would argue that BMT is one of the best mid laners. You
Yes.
know, um, you
Easily
know,
top five.
maybe, yeah, easy top 5, maybe top 3. You could argue. Um, what the hell? Where is that going wrong? I guess the rest of the team,
Yeah.
but
It's going wrong with Twig and Variety.
yeah, yep. They sometimes have good games, and that's when they win.
Yeah.
But too bad that's few and far between.
Yeah.
All right, I'm pulling this up here. Do you want to hop right into this?
Sure.
Round 1, you got this pulled up.
Starting with match 1.
Yep, match 1. So this is starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
Morning. I think they play just the first round of this. But yeah, surely.
Yep.
I'm road to what is today? November.
15.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's okay. Losers bracket after, and then okay, got it. So we'll go in order with how that's being played.
Alrighty.
Um, so first matchup we've got Ravens Dragons is match one. Ew.
Ravens.
Oh, we're
3-2.
going right off the rip.
Right off the rip, Ravens 3-2.
3-2. Ravens. All right. So here's what I'll tell you. They played once. They're on opposite division. They played once during the year. It was week 4. I want to say it would have been week. Yes. Week
Wait, fuck,
2,
these are
actually. I'm
best of
sorry.
threes. It won't be a 3-2.
Oh, these are best of threes?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
wait,
what it
wait. Yeah, we
says.
gotta.
I don't know why,
hmm.
because there's still only 2 games that day.
I feel like these are more important. Shouldn't there be more?
You would think so.
By best of 5 matches all the way through. That's not
Okay.
what I'm.
Well, the bracket says best of 3 on it. Oh, it's either the Ravens are either going to win 3-2 or 2-1, depending on which one it actually ends up being.
Where do you see the best of 3?
So on the bracket on the Smite Pro League website, I clicked on scores, and then it has the bracket, and then on the bracket it says quarterfinals at BO3.
Huh. I don't know.
They might be wrong just on here,
Yeah.
most
I know
likely.
the also wow, this is what we love about the Smite Pro page.
It is as bad.
I think I watched Hazer throw his computer trying to get this thing to work. Apparently it was down for like a week. I don't know how he missed that, but in the Smite, do you use the Smite Tome uh app at all?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, okay. Well, there's this. It's basically just the Smite app. People use. It's been down. Like the guy running it is MIA, and so it's been down for a week, and no one knows what's going on. I didn't know if a lot of people use that, but I saw on Reddit people are like freaking out about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's more popular than I thought. Okay. Anyway, however many matches this is, Ravens Dragons played week 2. Uh, different teams, obviously, or the Dragons were a different team,
Yep.
and they got 3-0, 3-1 by the new Ravens team.
Yep.
So
I think this Ravens
I
team is like actually very good.
I do too. I think the Dragons team is going to pick it up. This Ravens team traditionally does bad in tournaments,
That's true.
and the Dragons do good.
That's true.
And for that reason, I'm giving Dragons uh 3-2 as well. I think it's going 5. It's going to go max amount of games either way. I'm taking the Dragons to
Yep.
get that one.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I just looking at the Ravens roster, it's hard to imagine that they just like aren't doing what the Ferrymen are doing sometimes. They look so
Oh
stacked
yeah,
on paper.
they do very similar things.
Yes.
Um, as well. It's just
I mean, Haddix is a fucking just beast. Man, damn near never dies.
I feel like the meta is not suiting him as well. But hopefully the
I mean, his
changes.
stat. If you look at his stats, he's still like pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's not doing bad. It's just not ideal for him because if he gets a meta he likes, I feel like he
All right.
walks at people.
Of players who played 10 sets had it as the least deaths. And
Doesn't
this
like
was
to
an off
die.
phase for him. This was an off phase for him.
Yeah, exactly.
You
He
got
did that. He
Haddix,
did that
Venatu
last
is
phase.
been a beast all year. Zapman is like the one of the best tournament players
He is
that's had this
tournament
tournament.
guy.
He is. His regular season is kind of dog ass, but he tends to show up for tournaments.
Yeah,
Scream had a great phase, and Hurwind is good. I don't
yeah.
know. I don't really have anything else to say.
I would
He's
uh
just a good support.
I would agree with that.
Remember when he was a bad mid?
Dude, he wasn't even a bad mid.
He was pretty bad.
He fell off at the end for sure. Yeah, he wasn't ever spectacular. He was no Paul.
Yep.
If I have to say that. Uh, Jumping down to Leviathan's Kings.
Levi's 3-0. Next.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I also have
Twig,
Leviathan's 3-0 in that.
Twig, and Variety, at the very least, aren't like top six quality SPL players. But I don't even think they're SPL players at all. I'm not even sure they're top 8 in their roles.
You know what? I'll um I will say though, this team does get better at tournament time. I don't think
Sure.
they've been good enough to. I mean, sure, they might take a game or two here. They might surprise us, but I don't think they're winning a set.
Right.
I'll go ahead and say it now. Yeah, these guys played the Leviathans one time and got 3-0'd. And yeah, I think
Also,
they're just gonna
like the last two
run it
tournaments
back
they've
here.
been in were the kickoff tournament where they got knocked out in the first round, and the uh, Masters where they got knocked out in the first round. And then
This year
before
has not
that,
been a tournament year for them.
yes, before that, it was the seeding tournament for Masters where they did win one set. Good on them
Yes.
against the Hounds. Who I mean, it was a
Oh,
better version
the
of the
good a
Hounds.
good hounds
Good
team. Yeah,
Hounds, but still,
good hounds not good enough hounds.
yes. And then lost to Levi's in the finals. But that was also like the bad Levi's, to be fair. That wasn't the good Levi's. And then
Yeah.
before that, they got knocked out in the second round, admittedly by the Warriors, but still,
Yeah.
they've not won more than one set in a tournament so far this year.
I would say with this first matchup especially, it's more so the Leviathans are playing like I would I mean a top 2 team in the league. Looking like the best team in the league at
Yep.
some points. And I just don't think they're gonna give the Kings any room to breathe.
Yep, they're gonna
They will
suffocate them.
Yep, adapting is going to make sure that like Quig and Variety are not going to have good games to where they can perform.
Yeah.
Um, that brings us to match 3, which would be Ferryman Dragons for me, Ferryman Ravens for you. Let me hear how you have this one.
Fairman 3-1. I'm not picking the Ferryman to lose to any team besides
Ever again?
yeah, ever again. But also, there's only one team I'd even think about it for.
Yeah. I think the next matchup is a big one, obviously, whoever they're gonna face, but they're looking so unstoppable right now. I've got the Ferryman beating the Dragons 3-1 as well. Um, they just don't
They'll
show
drop a
signs of
game. They
slopping.
ain't dropping the set.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna play down to tier level. I'm sure the dragons always pull, or I guess from my side, the dragons always pull something out. You know,
Right.
they might get one fire giant steel, win one game, um, or have like a crazy lead early. Whoa,
Right.
early.
If I had the dragons, I would actually probably pick them 3-2 in a reverse sweep.
The
But
dragons winning or the ferryman
the
winning?
ferryman winning in a
No,
reverse sweep.
don't do that to them.
They do it to themselves.
That's true.
I will say on the bright side, since they've picked up Coast, they've stopped getting reverse swept and just started
Yeah,
losing normally.
right. They've started getting 3-0'd.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what happened last time they played the ferryman. Was 3-0.
Yep.
First time was 2-3. That was a close game, but that was
It
I
was a
think
reverse
Vote was
sweep.
still on the team then, wasn't it?
Yep. He was.
So yeah, not yeah, that was almost 2 months ago. Or it was over 2 months ago when that happened.
It was a
Oh, and that
long
was
ass
a
fucking
reverse
time
sweep
ago.
too, wasn't
Yep.
it? Tough.
And then the Dragons' very next set, they lost 3-2 to the Hounds, and then stole their
Yeah, how do
victory.
you even do that?
That one wasn't a reverse sweep though. They were just up 1-0 and then 2-1 and then lost.
Still, how do you go from competing with the best team in the league to losing to one of the worst?
Yeah, to be
Make
fair,
that make
I
sense.
actually think the Hounds wouldn't have looked this bad if they had kept Ghost, who they still had at the time.
Oh yeah.
Because up to that point, if I remember correctly, they had played the Warriors, Leviathans, and Ferrymen. So it's like, okay, yeah, they're gonna lose those, and then they face a team that isn't like fucking stupid insane, and uh, they beat them, and then they lost their carry and looked like shit the rest of the way.
Yeah, they have had a rough phase
Yeah.
for sure. Now, if you put it like that, they have a decent rendition of the team. Sure, you lost your carry, but yeah, like you said, you're against the top 3 teams in the league for the first 3 weeks. So you have a slow start. No one's feeling good about that. Then your carry says peace, and then the games that you're supposed to start winning, you're just still losing
Yep.
because now you have a whole new team.
Yep.
Poor. I know. I feel like we talk about it every week, but the Raven or the Hounds break my heart.
Yeah.
Just
I like how we're
everything they've been
talking
through.
about the Hounds for a preview of a tournament they're not
They're not even in.
in.
See, I told you we'd get off on something like
Yeah,
this.
we go on some kind of tangent.
Okay, bring it back. Set of the week: Warriors, Leviathans. We both have it.
Levi's 3-1.
3-1. You don't
3-1.
have um. Don't have the Warriors taking this to 5.
I do not. I'm gonna be honest. Giving them one is generous based off of how it looked last time. I know the Warriors got one last time. They got dominated in all 4 games besides like the last 10 minutes of game 2.
Yeah, they got
They
lucky.
they the Levi's fucked them up last time.
And what? I'm trying to find this. This wasn't long ago, was it? Maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
But it was like near the beginning, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
I
it
think it was like
was
week 2 or something.
September 30th. So yeah, week 2.
Yeah, that's like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah, month and a half.
Yeah,
Right on.
no,
As of
the
today.
Levi's basically decimated them. Other than game 2, which is when Netroid soloed Panda Cat from 2 levels down. The only notably good
That was
thing.
that game
Yeah, that the only notably good thing Netroid did the entire phase.
all year.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I wanted to throw up after I watched that happen.
Yeah.
It,
Uh, the
you're
team
playing like
just the team just like disappeared for a game and then came back and rolled them. They just fell asleep for a little while. It happens.
Yeah. This Leviathan's team is crazy good. I will say I'm giving this Levi's. I still think they're gonna take it, but I'm taking it to 5. And only because I think the Warriors team is a team that likes to mess around a little bit. We saw at the last game of this phase, which I mean for good reason for that. They didn't need to win that by any
Right.
means. But I think they get a little more serious when it comes to tournament time. And I think all that's a team full of 5 guys who really want to 5 guys and burgers and fries
Right.
who really want to win Smite games and win this tournament.
Can I
But
just say, I
I
feel
still
like if I was Jake, when the Warriors didn't try in that last set, I would have been pissed. I would have been like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You guys kicked me out and won't even give me a proper chance for revenge. You're just gonna not try so you can it doesn't even feel real."
yeah, he's never getting his well, they played once
They did.
before as
That's
well
true.
and got rolled in an
Yeah,
actual game.
that's fair.
He's had his chance.
I hope the
He's like
Glads somehow upset the Warriors at Worlds, dude. I know there's no way. Like the Glads aren't
the
even gonna make it far.
storyline would
The
be
Glads aren't even gonna make it far enough into Worlds to get a chance to face the Warriors.
play
But
them,
oh my
right?
god, if they did.
That would okay, hear me out. What if Warriors end up losing and they have to play in, get in group stages with them or something?
I think for that to happen, they would have to be losing to the
Oh,
Kings. Or am I
it's
mistaken?
like no, it would be the Ravens or Dragons, depending on if
Okay.
you're me or you.
It's
But
still
I think
possible, I guess.
it's like one SPL team per group, isn't it? I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
how that works. Okay. Um, but yeah, still. So we both have a Leviathan's Ferryman finals coming in here. But this does drop us down, so that would leave you with the Dragons against
The Warriors.
the Warriors.
I have the Warriors 3-2. Dragon's gonna take him 5. But
Three
they're
two.
gonna take it all away. Yep.
You think the Dragons are competing that well with the
I think the Dragons show up during tournaments, and I think Netroid hates
it's bad?
tournaments. Yeah. Is bad in general, but also is worse during tournaments.
Is he actually?
I believe so.
I did
Uh,
not do uh that
I,
kind of research coming into this.
I believe, if I remember correctly, he is a serial tournament choker.
What's cereal have to do with it?
Uh, I don't know.
Yeah, what? These guys only played once though. 3-0 sweep, but this was also I think a when did they play? I keep forgetting this, man.
It was pretty
So bad
recent.
at
They
this.
did kick their ass very recently.
Oh yeah, this was October 28th, less than a month ago. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. 2, 3, I don't know. Okay. Yeah. I'll give them the 3-2. Is this a reverse sweep though?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yes,
Is
yes,
this
it is.
for
It's a
it
reverse sweep.
is?
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
okay.
The Warriors are gonna do it
I'm
to him
putting it
like that on purpose. They're gonna lose the
I'm
first two on purpose so they can reverse sweep them and rub salt in the wound.
putting an asterisk there, so just so we know that's a reverse sweep. Um, and that brings me. I have Ravens against Warriors. I've got the Ravens taking them 3-2. You know what? I just said that the Warriors were going to show up to play in a tournament against Actually, I lied. Give me Warriors 3-1 because yeah, I think they show up in tournaments and Ravens typically don't. I really wanted to find a way to make the Ravens get out of this without having to play into the group stages, but I
No
honestly think
way.
it
I
I
would be
think it
thrilled.
will be better for them to have to play in through
Dude, could
because
you fucking imagine if they're so bad at tournaments, they go down into that group stage and then lose to SEC teams?
there's no way.
There's no
No.
way, but could
Do
you
you,
imagine if that happens?
do you remember the hype leading
That
up to
man would
them
retire on the spot.
them facing the Mambo? Um,
Yeah, and they
in
yeah.
Worlds last year, there was so much hype, and everyone's like, "Oh, Mambo might win the whole thing, and then they faced the Bolts and just got bent over. And like it was not even a close game. I will say though, they had Baskin on their team then, and Baskin carried the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Um, in
No,
Worlds
here's the
in that
thing.
Worlds
You're
tournament.
right. It's so unlikely. But if it did happen,
But if
though,
it did
if it
happen,
did,
everyone on that team has
right?
to retire.
Looking at the uh bracket, it's looking like their group would be them, Glads, Mambo, Weavers. So they should probably make it out of that group.
Yeah. They're just like these teams. I think even the Kings, I would group in any team in this tournament that we're talking about right now, the Road to Worlds playoffs, should be leaps and bounds ahead of every other team in the SEC.
Right.
Um, the only teams that make it look close are these lower teams, which I guess, maybe the Kings struggle against these as well. I can see
Right.
that happening.
Yeah, dude. Group B is gonna be a fucking bloodbath, by the way. For
I'm still
the
trying to
group
find.
stage. If assuming like the teams make it out of the groups as they are seeded to,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like uh the Kings, Hounds, um, Wargs
Mambo.
or not Wargs, sorry, Valkyries and Wargs. That one's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
I could see any of those teams making it through.
Right.
Honestly,
And
straight
that'll
up.
that'll be a fun if you can get um a group stage like that where
Right.
you never know. I hate it when it's like, oh, you have the or something like
Yeah,
this,
I wonder who
say
the
you have
second EU team making it out is. I said
I don't know,
Wargs
there's
because I know that they won that summer tournament, but it could be Scarabs or Tanuki as well. They're all 3-2 right now. So
I know we have to do this every single week. I have to check what the teams are. But
Tanuki is Ogabiri, French Emperor, Picanaro, Calvin, and Shriek Up. Scarabs are Deathwalker, April, Zeros, Eye Silence, and Echrome. And Wargs are Panfish, Worst Turtle, Gunter, Preds, and Idavy.
oh, did the Tanuki just got played up from SOC?
Yeah, and they've been doing really well.
And
They
how
lost
cool is that
to
for them to be at the beginning of the year being SOC and then by the end they're playing in for Worlds.
yeah,
That's
they
kind of
lost to Mambo and the Scarabs.
yeah, I think it's gonna be
And
I
then
don't know though. I think Scarabs, Wargs, Mambo. I haven't seen Tanuki play, so I don't want to say anything about him. But those three teams are all juggernauts there.
yeah. I mean the Tanuki beat the Wargs.
Which is crazy. I'm surprised that the Wargs are losing even 2 games. But I guess it
Yeah.
is only 2 games. So
Yeah.
who'd they end up losing? Panvich, Worstertle, Gunter. Yeah, this is pretty much the same team. But I don't think they made it to the group stages last year either.
Yeah.
They also had to compete against Adapting and Johnny. So
Yeah.
what do you do?
Yeah. I'm assuming the Weavers are gonna be the second NA team out. Like surely, right?
Um
They only lost to the
Yeah,
Valkyries in the regular season.
I would imagine, yeah, with layers and in my Zen and Promise and Ramakami, I don't know what trip node. I'm not a trip node knower, but yeah, that team just has a lot of talent on it.
Yes.
But I think the Wardens could be like sneaky good.
I also thought that actually.
We'll have to see. I am very excited for the SEC tournament thing coming up. What we decided that was in 2 weeks
Yeah,
is when we told
December.
them they could have it.
Yeah, December 7th through
Okay.
17th.
All right. Smite Pro froze. We're back.
Nice.
All right. Back to I don't even remember where we were. I had Ravens
Neither.
3-0 or not 3-0. I had the Oni Warriors 3-1ing the Ravens.
Yes.
Okay. Now our next game, that means you would have the Kings facing the Ravens.
Ravens 3-0.
Yes. And then 3-0. Not even you want to explain or like do
The
you need
Kings
to?
are bad.
Yeah.
Ravens 3-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you explain mine as well. I have Raven, or that gives me Dragons Kings. Um, yeah, same basis you're going off of 3-0.
Yep. Dragons are
They're
good. Kings are bad.
they're just clearly the worst. I cannot think of a worse team in this tournament. Like I don't think I think if you tried to argue with me about it, I think you'd just be wrong.
Yeah. Which sucks because like Yarkor is one of the best players in the world, and BNT is one of the best players in the world, and
Yeah,
then Variety and Twig are just uber dog shit,
very
and then
inconsistent
Quig is like
players.
fine. Quig's fine.
Yeah, young talent, man.
Yeah,
He's good though.
he is.
I'm gonna be upset if he loses a spot in the league. I don't think that would ever happen because
I
I
don't
think
think so
after
either.
this year he's kind of shown he's SPL talent.
I would assume unless something goes fucking wild in the uh
Group
tournament,
stages.
yeah, in the group stages, that the Kings are going to be back in the league next year, replacing Twig or Variety or both. My
Twigger
my
variety
bet,
or Quigger variety?
Twig.
Okay.
My personal guess right now is they do keep Variety for some reason because so many people seem to think he's good, but his stats are just shit, and Twig gets replaced with Oath. That is my
That
personal
they
prediction.
just become I forget we have the 2.0.
Yeah. I mean, Oath's
Okay,
also
this
just
looks
really
bad.
fucking good, and basically isn't gonna have a team for next year. He's at least not gonna have an SPL team if he doesn't join the Kings. So
Yeah,
it just makes sense.
I'm reading. Um. Okay, so if you don't make it, if you're not top two in this group stages, you're just done,
Yep.
right? Okay,
From what I understand.
yeah. So if a team were to get eliminated in the group stages, if an SPL team were to get eliminated, they would be playing in next year, or those guys would not have a guaranteed spot going into next year.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know
Yep.
how exactly it works. Like,
Well, I mean,
but
I know any team can really blow up every team if they wanted to and switch players around, and
right,
then at that like they did this year and kind of
right, and then
take the best teams.
yeah,
But um,
because like I don't know if the Kings don't make it in, and then they end up with the new Kings of BMT, Yarkor, Fine K, Panatom, and Quig, then I think they're probably gonna have a spot in the league.
yeah, I yeah, I don't know how exactly that works, but I would imagine a team like that would get to come in for free.
Yes, I mean the Warriors weren't a thing before this year. None of them were together last year, and they got a spot. So
Yeah. Yep.
I
Those were
think they
all
just
players on
evaluate and
teams
say
that
these are the best
didn't
teams.
get knocked out
Right.
early, though.
That's true. I
So,
guess.
if
Well,
something like your
no, Netroid.
situation.
Netroid was on the Scarabs. He got knocked out early.
Oh, that's true. So, I'm wondering how many players, like, if you said the Kings, and then you had 3 of them staying, if 3 of those players got knocked out, like, how big of an effect does that have? But then,
Yeah.
you say those were the only 3 players playing good.
Right.
So, I don't know how that works.
Me neither.
We will see.
Well, we'll find out
Um,
in like
okay.
4 months.
Yeah,
It's like
whenever
so
this
far away.
happens, it really is. We didn't do I guess we did not do podcasts in off season last year. We're gonna have to
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure something out. We
find
started
something
like
out.
we started. I think our first podcast was right after the playing tournament, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, something like that. I remember the conversation. I remember the phone call where we decided we were gonna do this, and
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be I thought it was a joke for a second, but
yeah.
here we are,
Oh, because
episode.
it was a joke. We were just like talking, and we were like, "Man, we should do a podcast." And then we were like, "What if we just
Like, okay,
like did?"
and that was it.
Yeah,
Well, that was right during the time when you were like, I don't really care for Smite, but sometimes I play it with you guys because we all play it
no, that
together.
was after that. I
That
was
was right.
getting way more into Smite at that
Oh
point.
yeah, that was when you were starting to get back into it,
Yeah,
or like really getting back into it. And so, yeah, that's why I thought for sure that wasn't gonna come pull through. But here we are, episode what 69 that we're on
not quite.
57.
32.
Okay, we're like we're getting there. So
All right. Anyways,
what a
winners finals.
winners finals. Oh, losers finals first.
No, it says winners finals comes first chronologically.
Ugh. Mine says losers finals comes first.
What the fuck? Why can't they be consistent? Oh, loser finals
um.
makes more sense to come first, so we'll say loser finals. So
Yes.
I
Okay.
have Ravens Warriors, and
You
you
have
have
Ravens Warriors. I have
Dragons
Dragons
Warriors.
Warriors.
All right, who you got?
I have the Warriors 3-1.
All
Warriors
right,
showing up for this tournament.
are you ready for this?
Ravens
I got Ravens 3-2, and the
3-2.
upset of the
This was your
century,
upset.
upset of the
And see,
century. Ravens 3-2.
at that point, I wouldn't even like I'm not doing backflips right now. I don't think that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life because I can really see either the Dragons or the Ravens beating the Warriors team.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
I
fine.
think they can both do it, but oh, okay, I see what's going on now. Yeah, I mean, what you just think they're gonna look better in come time?
In come time?
They're head to head in come time. How much time do you have to come?
Yeah, I don't
Because
know.
I
I
mean,
don't know
the
why. I don't know why. I just
Ravens have
did it.
only taken one game off of the Warriors so far, but I will say
All
what that
right,
was like week one was the first one.
You want to
So
know? You want to know what it is? The reason for this is because my brand is saying stupid shit on this podcast,
fair enough.
and that's what I did.
And we're taking Ravens.
Yep. By the way, wasn't I a Ravens hater this phase?
Yeah, you were.
Wasn't that my gimmick? What happened? Shit. I need to
Yeah.
find
Oh
a new
well,
team to hate.
you turned it around for this tournament.
I
So
guess.
the
I need to
team
find
that
a new team to hate. Hold on.
doesn't do good in tournaments. We can stick with the Kings for now. Let's
You know
just
what?
all
I'm a
hate them.
Hounds hater now. Fuck
Aw.
Stewart. He betrayed me. He was supposed to be good, and then he was bad.
Damn it.
How dare he?
I hate that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Would you make a slap noise?
Did I?
Just, I don't know. It sounded
Didn't
like you
mean to.
slapped someone. Yeah, Stuart, come here. That's me bending him over and spanking him.
What the fuck?
Okay, never
All
mind.
right.
On to the next one.
What's
Our
worse, what you just said, or me hoping Snoopy goes to jail early in the face
it's a close. It could be argued either
for
way.
multiple weeks straight?
Yeah, actually,
I
I'm
don't.
definitely going with you, hoping Suhi's in jail.
I don't think I hoped he went to jail. I was just saying that was the only chance for the Glads to get better is for
What if they
Snoopy to
made
go
him
to
play
jail. From jail.
from jail? He gets an exception.
That'd be hilarious. All right, winners
Um,
finals.
our unanimous winners final comes down to
Yeah.
Ferryman Levi's. I think just about everyone would have this matchup coming in their finals.
Yeah, I don't know. There's
Um,
probably a decent number of people who have the Warriors going up with Leviathans, I would say.
so the only team who has taken a game off of the Ferryman
Yeah.
is the Leviathans, and it was a 3-2 set. Leviathans won. But then the first time they played, Ferryman 3-0'd them. Or was that the most recent time they played?
No, it was the first time.
Okay. So the team who's proven they can done it before, do they do it again? Alex.
I have the Ferryman 3-2. An absolute banger.
An
I'll say.
absolute banger. Um so what do they have? What do the Ferrymen have that the Leviathans don't?
Paul.
Wait, bad question. That was okay, not the kind of question I was going for there. Yeah, there was a clear answer.
It's.
Um
I mean, that's not the only difference, to be
playoff
fair.
Paul is just different. I have Ferryman 3-2 as well, so we can um talk about this together.
I think they do also have a better overall game plan. I think the Levi's might be more talented, but the Ferrymen have a better game plan. And then
Yeah.
also Paul, so they win.
Yeah, I think the late game, your um Ferrymen are going to win every time, I would imagine. I think the Leviathans are a team that can take you early.
Yeah.
I mean they also go late. Like
All right.
they
They're
have a
both
game
teams
plan.
are just really fucking good.
They are.
Both of
They're
these
so
teams
good.
might be better than the undefeated Warriors last phase.
And
Like
they're
straight
playing
up.
that's a
It might be. I said might be.
yeah. That one might be a discussion point, but
I mean, these teams
um
are really fucking good.
they are so good. And it's I think yeah, we have a clear top two. I think this is a matchup we could see in Worlds Finals if it all plays out, which I imagine it would. Because well, if they get 1, 2 seed here, then they're automatically on the opposite sides of the
Yeah.
bracket, I believe.
Yeah.
So I think if we see
Here's
this
the
here,
thing.
we could
I
very well see this.
Here's what's gonna happen. Everybody's gonna be like, I can't wait for a Levi's Ferryman final. The Ferrymen are gonna like get upset by somebody stupid that doesn't make any fucking sense for no
Yeah.
goddamn reason because the universe
Well,
hates us.
that's exactly what I was thinking. I was sitting here driving today trying to prep out what I was going to how this was going to go down.
It's literally gonna be like, who? Like I want to say Hex Mambo, but that's not like stupid enough. It's gotta be like it's gonna be like the fucking Kings. The Kings are gonna upset them. It's gonna be something fucking stupid.
Yeah. I can see well, they have to get to that point cuz they're going to have a bye too. Or no, they're not. Going into Worlds,
Yeah,
you
no,
don't get a bye.
I guess it would be the Kings getting upset in the or the Ferrymen getting upset by the Kings in the first round if the Kings upset them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would be
I mean,
how it would go.
it's I was thinking about that, what we've never seen. Paul has been to the last 5, he's made it to semifinals for the last 5 worlds. He's made it to finals for the last 4
Yes.
worlds. If I will say if Paul makes it to finals 5 years in a row, he is
The goat.
unanimous GOAT. If he wins it, I mean, all he has to do is make it and he's the GOAT, right? I feel like.
Yeah,
If he wins it, that's just the cherry on top.
dude. Nah, here's the thing though. Here's what's gonna happen. if Paul makes it to Worlds finals again and doesn't win, there's gonna be so many haters on Reddit going, but he can't win it all without Zapman.
He can't. That's true. That's true. And
He
that's what he needs.
he
I
never
guess,
did
yeah.
it without Neoma. Like stupid shit like
Right.
that.
That I mean, you got a point. I will say this is the team to do it. They have Cyclone, who is clutch factor. Paul, ultimate. I mean, if you're
Go.
talking X factor, you are
Yeah.
Paul. Baskin, clutch factor. And then Sino turns it on in tournament time.
Right.
He plays. Sino's already been playing so good, and like it's just gonna get cranked up even more. I'm racking my mind trying to find a way that the Berrymen ever lose in this tournament. Like I think they're going undefeated the rest of the year.
Here's the thing. Yeah, logic would dictate that. The universe hates us.
That's
Have
what
you
I'm
not been paying
saying,
attention to the
though.
world? There is no way, because the universe hates us, that Ferrymen win worlds. Not because they're
I'm
not good enough. If we're going by pure logic of who's good enough, like I'm gonna be predicting Ferrymen because of course I am. The universe hates us, so Ferrymen aren't gonna win because that's what I feel like. That's what everybody wants, unless you
and
really
it's
like the Levi's, which is also fair. But like the Ferrymen are your two.
yeah. It's yeah, I've been racking my brain on ways they lose that, and it's either gonna come down to a game 5 in the finals at Worlds or yeah, first round of
Yeah, first round they lose 3-1 to the Kings.
it's best of 3
Oh, fucking is.
for quarters. So
That's
yeah,
even better.
that's where that's honestly that's where the
The Kings
Ferryman
are
could
gonna
fall.
2-0 sweep them in the first round.
Yeah, because they play down, and so if you drop your one game and then you accidentally slip up and drop your, I mean, any more,
Right.
it's just over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly, like I could if Hex Mambo is the team that has to face the Ferryman in the first round, I could 100% see it. Just because of Johnny. Johnny is so good. I
he's
genuinely
not,
feel like
dude. I think that Paul is the kind of guy like the Ferryman
Paul's
team is
better.
someone who's not getting ran at by Johnny. Like Johnny
That's
can
fair.
run it
That's fair.
most people.
Not Paul.
He's different.
Yeah.
He will not allow that.
Back against the wall, Hebo on Paul.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's
Look,
he is
you're
too good.
you're probably right, but I feel like that's how it happens. Like I feel like that's so predictable for some reason. Like it's just
What?
like you look at it and you go, what is the number one way Ferrymen don't win worlds this year? It's by losing to Hex Mambo in the first round because Johnny.
That would be crazy.
It would be crazy, but I feel like that is the number one way. Like I don't. You also have to remember the EU teams have been playing best of twos all year. These SPL teams have gotten used to best of threes. The strategy's
Yeah,
different, man.
I guess.
I guess best of fives, first to three, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know
They've
what
been
you meant.
playing longer sets. The strategy's different.
I know.
I I hope I'm wrong, but like the universe hates us. So
No, I don't see. I just don't see it happening. Ferrymen have to go far. I don't know. We're gonna see this weekend. We're gonna get a taste of it. What time do the games start tomorrow? Because I am.
like 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m.
Oh, I guess I was like wrong. 11, but hey,
We're different time zones.
time zone. Okay, for match 1 and match 2. So what was that? Dragons.
Dragons, Ravens, Kings, Levi's. Man, loser of that first match probably has to go through the group stage.
Yeah, yeah. I that
They
this
face
might.
like the Warriors or Levi's.
I
I'm
think
pretty
this is
sure.
the biggest game, secretly the biggest game of this tournament right here is Ravens Dragons because I mean, sure you can pull an upset over Leviathan's Warriors, but
Right.
odds of
It's a
that
lot
happening are
easier
low.
to beat the Ravens and then the Kings than to lose to the
Yes.
Ravens and have to beat the Warriors or Levi's.
Yeah. Yep.
Now,
So
here's what's gonna happen. The uh the winner is gonna be like, yeah, we won. And then the Kings are gonna upset the Levi's. And they're gonna be like, fuck!
if that
And then they have to go through Ferryman or or Levi's.
Ferryman and Leviathans,
Yeah.
yeah, that's if the
Imagine
Kings
you beat like either team. Like these two teams are probably like the two closest teams that are like the very top teams in my opinion. The Ravens and Dragons, I feel like they're really close. Imagine you beat them and they're like, yes, let's go. And then the Kings win and you're like, fuck.
if the Kings win a game this tournament, I will make a video for our page. I'll fill up I have a pool. I have a kiddie pool. I will blow it up. I will fill it up with water in my living room and sit
Why?
in it for the next
If
podcast.
they win a single game this tournament, and
No,
truly.
if they
Okay,
win a
okay. You
match.
said game, to be fair.
Sorry, yeah. I meant like no, if not if
Okay,
they take a
okay.
single game. That's too easy. No, if they do something, if they actually make if they do yeah, which I'm very confident they won't. But I would love to see it. Cuz then yeah, then it breaks down our whole dynamic. We had everything so for sure laid out and then that just busts everything.
If the Kings win a single game this tournament,
Uh-oh.
I will put a video on our YouTube channel of me. What's something I can do that isn't like too much effort? Because it's not
You
even
could
like there's
plant a million trees.
that no like I said not too much effort.
Oh,
Um, fuck.
yeah. Maybe
Fuck you. That's so much better than anything I was gonna think of.
I Alex, I thought that's where you were taking that,
No,
and my
I wasn't. I
my
was just
body.
actually trying to think of something.
You said I can, and you started and my body physically jumped because I was ready to say it with you, and then it never came. And I feel like I'm
That's
being
so
edged
good. That's
just a little
so
bit.
good. Yeah, you know what? I like that idea, John. I like that idea. If the Kings lose a single game, or
What
sorry, if the Kings
lose?
if the Kings win a single game,
If the
let me
Kings
make
lose a
myself
single
clear.
game, I will quit my job.
If the Kings win a single game, I will post a video to our YouTube channel of me ganking Riley.